Hey guys, welcome to game number 2 of the ZOTAC Cup Finals. This is a BO5. It is Krass versus Vortix. Vortix did win game number 1. It is a ZVT on Antiga Shipyard, and Krass lost that game after falling behind in both macro and upgrades. Vortix did a Mutalisk opener, didn't really do too much damage, kept Krass in his base, allowed him to take many bases, and just drone up very hard where he took a upgrade lead, and then ended up going into like a Ling Muta Baneling Ultralisk play. He had like 2 Infestors, but with 2 Infestors I wouldn't really count that as Infestor play. It is Antiga Shipyard, and there's nothing good about Mutalisks on this map, so chances are we will get to see Vortix and his Infestor play come out. It is GSL Antiga Shipyard, and this one Overlord looking like he's thinking it's the latter version, gonna be just doing a odd scout pattern since it is forced cross spawns. Just gonna ensure that Krass somehow doesn't lift up his command center and float over to this base. I guess it's Admiral, but Krass, we'll see if he ends up just going completely across the map, because again, it is forced cross spawns. The last time it looked like Krass did want to go for like a Hellion Marauder all in, and then it got scouted and he transitioned into Stimmed Marines. So we'll see what he ends up doing on this map. It is generally up for the Zerg player to make some type of first move against the Terran player, because it is so easy to take the third base. You don't want a Terran to take that quick third, because once they take this, the next base is going to be right here in the middle of the map, and whoever controls the middle of the map really controls the entire game. If you let a Terran player siege up all his tanks, take this middle, there's no way you can take this base, and also he has control of this whole area, which means it's very easy for him to just snipe any bases you try to take off, and he just starves you on 3 bases, and Birdlord play isn't really that good on 3 bases. Vortix is going to have the drone scout, is again going to see the barracks finish at 245, which just means, okay, the barracks came after, before the gas, and very rarely you do see the barracks come after the gas, but it does happen from time to time. It is a BO5, so maybe we'll end up seeing that make some type of play later on in this game. We do have the second Marine being produced, still no gas, so we'll see if he ends up doing some type of all-in or just going for a 1 Rax Expo. Additionally, the drone seeing the supply depot at that timing kind of means it's not going to be a 2 Rax play. It can't be an 11-11 Rax, and if it is going to be a 2 Rax, it is going to be so late it won't really be that effective. We do have the gas coming up before the pool, so he goes a hatch gas pool, and that allows Vortix to go for a very early Ling speed, and we do see him now pulling his guys off of gas, going to be going down to this one base. So that is pretty cool. Keeps one guy on gas just so he has opportunities in case he wants to go roaches or banelings that will still be available to him. He won't be like out of gas and be like, oh my god, I need to throw down that baneling's nest, but I have no gas. I gotta wait about 30 seconds to mine that. And actually he just goes up to 20. Oh no, he still has the guy on the gas. So pretty nice play so far from Vortix, looking like a standard opener. We do have 4 Marines now moving their way across the map, and this is something that Krass did not do last game, and he is going to be putting on a little bit of pressure with these 4 Marines, and losing these is absolutely huge. You never want to lose Marines so early in this game, but he will be able to pick off these 2 Lings that are coming, and one does go down, the other one does take some hits, and now the Marine's going to keep on going up. And again, since the gas did come before the pool, speed is almost done right now. These Marines should not be moving out anymore. They probably should go on back home, because once the speedlings come out, these Marines will not be cost effective one bit. This one Ling is going to be coming in. We'll see the expo timing. And he also sees more Marines back here, so he knows it is going to be delayed Hellions. We do see Krass trying to take out that one spine crawler. Lings are coming in and takes out a few of them, but these Lings are just about to get that speed boost, and will Krass see that? No, he doesn't, but he also knew if he just went in to scout, clicked on this gas, he would know that the speed has started as soon as that pool finishes. So those 4 Marines, a little bit of an odd play. He is trying to get a bunker up right now, but we do have Vortix. He kind of built a lot of Lings because he saw that pressure coming, and now he is going to be going on the aggression. We don't have that many Marines. Will this bunker complete in time? We do have 2 Hellions on the way. Will those Lings go up into the main? Will he get that supply lift up? We will see. Lings are coming in. The bunker does get completed. Those Lings don't try to go up, and now another Marauder comes out, and again, did not want this Marauder to get scouted. He's trying to get in the bunker, but the Lings have this surrounded. Looks like the Lings maybe will take it. The bulk of the Hellions do come. The Marauder does get surrounded. The Marauder goes down. Lings now going to try to take out the SCVs, do what he can, but this was not worth it for Vortix, I would say. But again, he kind of just built those Lings because he saw the Terran being aggressive, kind of overproduced them. He's like, okay, let's just go put on some aggression. Going into the workers killed, he has killed 3 SCVs so far. He killed that 1 Marauder, so going into this loss tab, wow, Vortix has actually took out a lot of Krass, actually. I'm really surprised to see the 475 resources lost on Krass. I thought it'd be like 100 to the, at least maybe 250 reasonably, I thought it would be. The 4 Hellions are now out, going to be keeping the map control, try to stop the creep from spreading. Since he did go for kind of a late factory, the creep does get down here, and that spells disaster for these Hellions because the speed boost does go on the Lings. This Hellion is in trouble, so that's why we do see Krass with the other 3 Hellions in the back because the Lings can easily surround this, and it looks like he is going to be trying to, but Krass does manage to pay attention to his Hellions. 2 more Hellions coming out. And we still have Marauders being produced, so it looks like Krass, he may be trying to hit another 10-minute timing. We do have a Spire on the way, and I do not agree with this one bit on Antiga Shipyard, but maybe, just maybe, it's because he saw that Marauder and was like, okay, if you're going to get Marauders, I'm going to get some Mutalisks, so they aren't going to be useful one bit. The 3rd base has started going up. If the Hellions want to try to go up here, they got to go on creep, which means the drones can do a decent job canceling that 1 tumor. Nice job by Vortix trying to keep this one alive as long as he can. The creep does manage to spread right here. Going to get a little bit more. Scan does go down this time, and he doesn't see the Spire because it has been built down at the natural. Can kind of guess on this gas count and maybe think that Mutas could be on the way. He does have a few missile turrets being built, so maybe that's it. He's counted the gas and was like, okay, you have mined quite a bit of gas, so it may be Mutalisk play again, or maybe Vortix is just known for his Muta play, and that time he did not get the cancel on the creep tomb, but has 2 more completed right here, so the creep now going to be spreading up into the 3rd base. Does does Krass actually know about that? No, he doesn't know that 3rd base has been taken. 9 Mutas on the way out this time. Krass did not try to put any pressure on. And maybe it's just because he feels like he lost a lot in that early game, just kind of turtling up, use these Hellions to the best that he can. And 4 Banelings are being worked by Vortix. Those are just for safety. Mutas are now out on the field, and he probably won't build any more than these 4. Does have Baneling speed on the way, 1 tank on the way for Krass. And he doesn't really have to put pressure on. He's probably comfortable knowing, okay, if I get the middle of this map, then I am going to be safe. Because I'll be able to deny this, I'll be able to get it contained on the Zerg player, and then just drain him out. We do have a missile turret, 2 missile turrets actually. These Mutas are going to be coming in. It is 9 Mutas. 9 Mutas can take out 1 missile turret. Nice micro on that Muta, keeping it alive, taking out a missile turret without losing a single Mutalisk. And now a supply depot will be going down. That does turn Krass' supply upside down. Marines come, and the Mutas want to try to take this. And has he lost 1? It looks like yes, he has. He lost 1 Mutalisk in that. Supply depot does get repaired, overextended just a little bit. And Krass looks like he wants to take his 3rd base. Muta still just flying about. Sees these Hellions, and Krass now knows where the Mutas are. The Mutas are going to be pulling back. Sees that there is no 3rd base up. Going to be happy about that. And he is getting those Ling upgrades with flying attack, and I'm really surprised he is not getting Infestation Pit, try to go up for a greater Spire, because that is the best way to kill a Terran, or at least stop a Terran from having to contain on that high ground, is the Broodlord Plague, because they have siege units, and oh my god, Automaton goes down. That is bad luck for Vortix. Normally whoever kills those critters is just, it's like breaking a mirror, just completely bad luck. Mutalisks don't know their own strength. And still just keeping an eye on that 3rd base, being very diligent, wants to know the exact timing, sees the missile turret going up, so now he knows it could be coming up. The missile turret does get canceled just in the nick of time. But Krass, he just wants to get control of this middle. He knows that 4th base is up, and again, as long as he takes control of this middle, there's not too much the Zerg player can do without their Broodlord tech, and a lot of Banelings coming in. These Marines have to get split up. They're backing off, not a big split. There we go. Starting a split, and Banelings go off on those tanks. A lot of the Marines do live, but killing those tanks off does kind of kill the Terran's ability to take control of the center. We have one tank on the way, and I think he should be up at 2 factories right now, just so he can produce the tanks, because the tanks are so critical. Marines now getting the split, and no more Banelings, so looks like this 4th base may go down, but here we go. The roly-polies are rolling their way in. Marines are going to have to get a good split. Actually, there's too much. Marines have to call it quits and run all the way back home. We do have Krass with some more reinforcements, and with these, he may be able to hold on. Those Lings are forced to back off, but the 4th base does remain standing. 118 supplied to 132. Still just one factory. He needs another factory. You can see the supply drop used on this depot, probably because the supply depot did go down. Maybe that's what happened in the last game. Killing off those depots by Vortix is killing off a mule, but forcing a supply drop, so it's not really killing off a mule. It's probably killing like half a mule or a third a mule off. Transfuse being used on these mutas, very nice call, keeping those alive as long as he can. More Banelings being morphed, and every time he morphs Banelings, he is delaying his hive tech. And again, if Krass ends up getting up to like 6 tanks, that's the number of tanks where Lings just no longer work, where Banelings no longer work, and the Marines are free to kill the mutas, then it can be disastrous. We do have 2-2 on the way. Marines at 2-0, and now they're going to be miking their way back, trying to kill off the Banelings. Now they got to get a split. Going up in the medevac. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not. Nice job dealing with all those Banelings. One tank ends up living with 43 HP left. That should get repaired. We do have another base being built by Vortix, and if he can get up on all these bases, that will just be so good. And he'll be able to hold this middle of the map without Broodlords. That infestation bit now just finishing at the 1640 minute mark. Generally, you have the Greater Spire starting probably in another minute or two. The Hive now just started, and the Hive will be finishing around 1830. Well, maybe that's 1730. Yes, 1730 the Hive will be finishing, and then that means the Greater Spire could be finishing at earliest around 19 minutes. And that is best case scenario. Chances are it can no longer finish until probably the 20-22 minute mark. Sees that hatch building, gonna be dropping off down here. Does not want to let this get canceled. He is me trying to go in soon as this does complete and try to take it out. And we are up at 5 tanks. He needs to get a few more. And again, if he had 2 factories, which it looks like he has 3 factories now, that tank count will get high, and he will be able to take control of the middle of the map. At the same time, we do have this one base being taken out. And if, right now, Vortix is in a very tricky situation. If he goes and tries to take out these Marines, taking out this base, which he is, this means that Krass can now go up and take position on the middle of the map, but it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that. I think he backed away before he saw the force coming in, and now just going to be dropping his units, getting the heal off, and now it's starting to move up. Vortix a little bit out of position. And 3-3 on the way with Adrenal Glands, +3 attack for the Terran player. Fungal Growth goes down on those Marines. That is going to be lights out for them. The tank's not in range to save them. We do have Krass now just leapfrogging his way up. He has now made his way up onto the high ground. And those mutas, though, nuh-uh. No, no, no. Nice Fungal Growth right over there on those Marines. Lings now coming in, but they may be overextending a little bit. There's a lot of tanks down here. And those Marines just miking their way back. They have to stay alive so they can kill off the mutas after the tanks kill off all of the Lings. And now those Infestors are turning tail and running. One does go down to a tank volley. And uh-oh! Banelings on the high ground. Did not see that coming. And looks like this base got canceled yet again. Krass with his Ehan timing just keeps on taking that out. And now he is going to be going over into the main Ultralisk Cavern, researching that chitinous plating. At the same time, we have an engagement down here. Krass trying desperately to hold the middle of the map. We do have Vortix saying, okay, that top right position sucks, so we're just going to be taking one all the way down here. This building did go down. I actually forget what that was. Spawning pool may go down before the Adrenal Glands finishes. No. Liz with 91 HP. Marine's going to go try to start taking out some drones on this one base. It is now 8 workers killed to the 4. And Krass should start sitting up in the middle of this map. I don't know why he isn't moving in. This one base does get sniped, and this could start spelling disaster for Vortix. If Krass holds this area, it's going to be very hard to defend this base if the middle of the map is in the Terran's control. But he will have these ultras with heavy upgrades. All that armor is going to be so good. The tank's only at 1 attack. Marines again at the +3 attack. Ultras trying to run down here, take out this tank count. Doors trying to micro around Lings. That is not working. And does get lifted up. Very nice lift up. Goes up on this little high ground where the ultras can't attack him. Has 17 HP left. That was such a nice lift up. Infestors coming in. That one tank kills off one with energy. Will he get one more? Yes! Getting more Infestors. Doing a very nice job. Infestors go off on those tanks. Ultra goes down at the cost of a Thor. Infestors do end up killing the tank or forcing the other tank to kill the other one. Ling sitting underneath this one command center so it can't land. Realizing, oh my god, we gotta go back on hold position. We don't want this command center landing and start morphing into a PF. Ling just running around trying to scout on any additional bases. At the same time, we see Krass doing the same exact thing. That Ling is going to be going down. He is going to be going... Is he going to send all his units? No, he is going to be pulling a lot of his Marines back and just setting this one on up. This does give Vortix a little bit of time to keep this base alive. That door did not get repaired. He is getting repaired by a few. Immediately gets lifted up. The command center does go down. Few Baneleys do go off on it. The PF did get canceled. So he gets that 100 back, which is very crucial because Krass is now just about to be mining off of one base econ versus the Zerg, soon to be 2 base, as soon as he does a transfer on down there. Going over into the workers, it is 72 drones to 57 SCVs, so we should have oversaturation somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh no, never mind, it is on the way to that one base. A lot of Banelings being morphed, that is 16 Banelings. Tank count again, high enough to where Banelings aren't super effective, but this one area is open for ultras to come in and try to snipe the base, or even the Banelings to come in and snipe this expert because those tanks are not in range. Handful of Marines coming down to try to take out this base. Spine callers are morphing. Marines are going to start taking out these spines. And because, again, looks like he is checking this one base, but because he doesn't have control of this side of the command center, that means that Vortix, he could have just sent reinforcements down for free and go defend that base. If there were tanks on this side as well, then Vortix would take hits, but he is moving in now. A lot of stuff coming in. Those tanks have a great spread, and that is a lot of tanks, but a big phone growth on all those Marines allowed those Baneleys to hit off, but the tanks are so spread. I don't know if the ultras, no, it looks like they may be able to clean up. This one tank going in siege mode, maybe a small mistake. Now an orbital command, not a PF for Krass, because he knew he was behind. Getting a PF would only make him more behind. So there is the time when you just have to take the risk, go for that orbital command, or maybe not. That did get lifted up from the main, so maybe that's not his reasoning. The PF did get sniped, so the command center from the main lifted up and went on down. More tanks being produced. We have one queued up. And looks like a drop trying to happen off in the main. Landing right here. He may just be checking this one base or healing up. And during that battle, Vortix just had that huge phone growth, which killed off a lot of Marines. And here we go. Marines going to come in here, kill off all the drones again. Trying his best, try to keep Vortix's econ down as low as he possibly can. Now going to go up in that medevac and retreat. And at the same time, we have a lot of Marines coming up. There are a few Lings here with those spine crawlers. And that egg is an infestor. And that infestor could not have hatched at a better spot. Got to get that phone growth down on those Marines before they split up. There we go. Big phone growth. There is a lot of medevacs killing that. But at the same time, Vortix is going to take the opportunity to try to take out that command center. And these Marines are going to come in and try to take out this hatch. If both these hatches go down, this can be huge. Infestor is going to get targeted down. Now Vortix, he has to kill this hatch off. Killing off this hatch as well would be so good. The orbital command has lifted up and is just going to stay lifted. Looks like Krass is going to come, try to do a little bit more economic damage. He doesn't have to kill the hatch. He just should kill the drones at this point because the base is almost depleted. And Vortix definitely ahead in supply, ahead in bases, and now Krass almost no longer mining. His best hope, well, he's got a lot of tanks. actually. That is a lot of tanks. There's not that much, actually, that can combat this tank mass line. And Vortix doesn't really have minerals. He is stacking 3k gas, but without the minerals, he cannot reproduce on anything. And he is coming running in here, not knowing about all those tanks, losing quite a few ultras, and even, I think, an infestor. Now just going to be pulling back. Krass, this is his last hurrah. If he can take out both these bases with these tanks, then he will be able to take this game. But if Vortix does kind of put him on the back foot long enough, or gets a full growth before all the tanks can siege up, then Vortix will have this game. It's all coming down to all these tanks. If Krass loses them yet again, it will be lights out. Not getting a good split on them. That may not be the best. There's Marines provoking one ultra to come. Gets a free ultralist. That is what he needs to be doing from this point on. Now the Marines coming in, trying to taunt these ultras back into that tank line. The tanks are grouped up so the ultras get close to them. All the tanks will go down. So right now, what Vortix could do, shoot off a few infested, get all his units up close to those tanks, but it doesn't look like he's doing that. He is just going to try to brute force his way. Not too many ultras left. The tanks kind of microing back out of siege mode. All the ultras go down, and now Krass in the supply lead. And he will be free to take out the next few bases, I believe. 20 lings on the way with one ultra. That infestor is going down. Tank's going to siege up on this high ground. He has control of it. Without the Broodlords, he cannot engage the mass tanks that Krass has. And again, this is why you get Broodlords on Antiga shipyards. Krass looks like he may be able to take this game. Vortix still has a mining base. Krass no longer. Well, he's getting that gold base yet again. Ling's coming running in. He does again have saturation on that base. This hatch does go down. Workers killed. He is going to be killing even more. 42 drones to the 33 SCVs. And here we go. The Ultra coming running in. Trying to do what he can with the tank spread. The tank spread is good. And these Ultras will be falling. Plenty more tanks somewhere, I believe. Right? No, he's down to just these two tanks. That was so close, and if Vortix utilized infestors that game to kind of do infested terrans, let his ultras and lings get closer to the tanks, I think Vortix kind of had that game. But kind of just brute forcing his way down there just was not good, especially all the tanks. They weren't split up. Yes, that is correct. But you know what? There was a ramp here that everything clustered together, so that tank spread, just the DPS on this ramp was absolutely insane. Let's see if we can see that again. We can go a little bit further. So battle number 1. We'll see exactly what dies right here. It's not only a battle, it's a holy crap, where did all those tanks come from? So you can see everything is in range here. We can kind of count what dies. I think 2 ultras. A lot more than I thought died in that little small skirmish. And then we will go. I want to see the next one at the middle of this map. So, 1 ultra does go down for free right here. So, okay. Unit count, you can kind of see the ling count. All these lings, those are going to get evaporated. Doesn't have burrow. So what Vortix needs to do in this situation, he has high ground. So he should easily be able to burrow, like right here, shoot off infested terrans in this area, then run down the ramp so he can get close enough. But because, watch this DPS. This is going to be absolutely ridiculous. We'll just highlight all the lings and the ultras. Well, you can look at the unit counting station and watch the lings die. Well, that's only 4 ultras. It's easier to just watch those. So here's the ling count, and we'll just watch how many lings die. So you can see everything. This small area, holy cow, everything is clustered up. And ling count's already lost 1 page. And already, like 90 some lings turned into 47, And I don't even think he has all the lings with him. Some right here. So just keep an eye out on all the units around the map. So it has a few lings just doing nothing. No man's land. But that would not have saved him. And did he actually unsiege those tanks, or are they just getting there? Okay, those are the tanks that are just getting there, trying to get into position. Baneleys go down instantly, no detonations. Nice fungals, but it just was not enough there. And let's go into the replay analysis portion. Let's see if he can do 5 seconds again with his little injecting thing. Was that a fluke or not? Good thing we have games, plenty of games between these two players. 15.2 seconds. So this time, not so good. And I find, well, now I'm going to say you can get perfect injects with not hotkeying your hatches individually, or even your queens individually for that matter. But so far, it's not looking consistent. So that's something cool. Let's go look at the unit tiers. Look at the Terran's macro. The granular 15. Cause it down here. Look at this. Not one single gap. Beautiful macro right here. Even on the factories. Like, from here to here, flawless. And some Thors right here. Nice job. And, yeah, one Thor. Okay. So, really nice job, macro from Krass, and don't know if it's Krass or Krass or what is it. Go back to this, abilities. Oh, the units real quick we can look at, I guess. And then we can look at the abilities. 403 lings, that looks like maybe that's 600. 503 I actually think that is. 302 Marines. 50 tanks. It's a lot of tanks built that game. 32. This has got to be lying. There's no way there are 32 infestors. Maybe they just die so much. Definitely at no point did it look like he had 8 infestors out on the map. When was he building those? Unit tiers, infestors, tier 2, I think, unfortunately. Yeah. 5, 6, 3, 4. So he builds them throughout the game. 7 right there. 6 right here. So yeah, he does. He just loses them a lot. Not too careful with that. And let's go. And let's go this one big battle. Okay. So his hotkeys. He does have them individually hotkeyed. So I have no clue why they are clumped up with his army like this. Because on 1, they are not there. Definitely not. And that's really cool. Putting eggs on the hotkey in advance. Very nice job right now. I love seeing that from Zerg players. But what I don't like seeing is these infestors clumped up. It tells me he kind of boxed things and then when attacked and not really worried about his hotkeys. And here we'll just watch this. 1, 2. So 3 infestors died right there, not needing to. And when infestors die, you have to rebuild them. When they don't die, they kind of become like a new unit, if you think about it. Like, you deplete all their energy. They were very good. They were like a baneling. You killed a lot. You keep it alive, you get to do it again. If it dies, then you have to rebuild it. Unlike mutas, mutas are given, they're gonna die. Infestors, you can do a lot of damage without them dying. They should be like in the back and never ever die. And that's why you go up to a very fast Broodlords when you play infestors. Because mutas, you lose them, you gotta rebuild mutas, you gotta build mutas throughout the game. And that's just a lot of gas used on mutalisks, which delays your hive, which delays everything. So, and additionally, I think infestors are better at controlling areas. Mutas are much better at harassing, but Infestors are good at controlling certain areas. Mutas are great for the entire map. Infestors good in small areas. And that's what you need on Antiga Shipyard, which is why I believe Infestors are the way to go on this map. Krass does win that. We will be going into game number 3 very shortly, so stay tuned.